of your go-to for all things home. This is Home Answers Radio, presented by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, Valdecast Windows and Doors, and by Center Guard Plumbing. Once again, here's Roger Piper.
Your go-to for all things home. It's Home Answers Radio.
Hi, welcome to the show. Got a special guest today, Ken Mariotti with Woodland Windows and Doors. Welcome to the show, Ken.
Well, great to be here.
56 years and 3 generations, family business. My goodness, what a great American success story.
Oh, it's a great story. 56 years of being in business these days. We've seen everything, from markets dropping out to, companies going out of business to you name it. And I'm very thankful that we've been able to sustain the company and build a strong company over 56 years. And that's just it's a wonderful thing to be able to have a business and work with my family and work with our third generation.
Oh, that's great. And, and values are important to you as well, too. That's important for people to know.
Values are very important. I mean, we're a Christian-owned, operated company, and trust is a very important thing these days. Yep,
and that's a big part of it. Let's talk about the company a little bit. Now, one of the things that makes you different when somebody's looking at windows is that, they go to this place, they're a Pella dealer. They go to here, Anderson windows are featured. You're kind of unique in that you carry a whole bunch of different lines, right?
That's right. Window replacement is a big decision. And so we wanted to be able to put ourselves in a position where we can bring our customers solutions.
Right.
And so that's why we carry a different array. We carry the Marvin, we carry the Anderson, and the full lines of all of their products within those brands we carry.
Yeah, and that way you've got a better idea of what you need and what you want to do. Now, if somebody is looking to, call somebody, all right, I decided I'm going to need some windows. Maybe a few, maybe the whole house. And we'll talk about a little bit more about when that's time to do it. But it's really important when you don't have somebody and you're looking for somebody to ask the right questions. What are the things that people need to do when they're looking to replace windows or a door?
Well, I think one of the first things is a good assessment. I could tell you that we've been on jobs with customers and customers who thought they needed to replace windows. We've had a couple times where we said, your windows are really not in bad shape. You still got some shelf life here.
Yeah, and that's part of that honesty,
that's
too.
That's part of the honesty, right? So, if you could buy another 10 years, that's great. But in situations where you're at a customer's house, you could start to see some significant rotting going on. Those are the serious situations, because if your window sills are rotting, it's just not the windowsill that's bad, because now that water's getting into the cavity of the wall and doing more damage. Those are the telltale signs of you've got to do something and do it pretty quickly.
Yeah. And when it comes to that, any other signs that it may be time to replace the windows outside of the fact that you can feel the air coming through them? That's that. But
seal failure is another one.
Seal failure. Tell us about that.
So when you have moisture between the glass, that means that the air in the space of the glass is gone, and that's allowing moisture to get between the two panes of glass. That's called seal failure.
And you've seen that before, probably, everybody has in their home, where you'll see like that foggy stuff in between. Mm-hmm. And is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
So that's a sign that, something probably needs to be done.
Yep. You're going to have to. That's referred to as the window sash. So a window's made up of a sash and a frame, and those two things, those two components bring what they call a window together. Mm-hmm. So there are times you can replace just the glass or just the sash and not take out the whole frame. But in most cases, you have to replace the entire window, usually.
Yeah. And if you're looking, windows are a big investment, no doubt about it. You got to cover those big holes in your house and want to be able to see in and out as well. If you can't afford to do the whole house, is there anything wrong with putting together and say, hey, I'll do a few now, a few more down the road, things like that. Is that a viable option for people?
Oh, it's a great option. We tell customers all the time, if you can't afford to replace all the windows, then do the windows that you spend the most time in the rooms. Whatever rooms you need to return comfort to, start there.
Yeah.
And, you could change the comfort level of a room by 10 or 15 degrees just by replacing that window, because the windows are the coldest part of the home. Yeah. Most people don't realize that.
Yeah, that makes sense because that's where the opening is. There's no insulation like
That's
a
right.
wall.
That's right.
So it's okay to go ahead and piecemeal it out a little bit. And then, tell us about warranties. Is there really a big difference in the companies and the warranties that they have? I mean, if you make that kind of investment, you want to make sure it pays off. So tell us kind of where the industry's at when it comes to warranties.
Warranties, manufacturers have their own warranties, and Marvin and Anderson both carry a 20-year warranty on the actual glass itself, which is transferable. So if you sell the home, it's still transferable to the new homeowner. Then you have your warranties on labor.
Right.
And what does that mean? That means that if you have the caulking has failed, water penetration, air infiltration, those kinds of things, different contractors will carry different warranties. We have a 5-year labor backing on the workmanship that we do.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 5 years on the labor, and then what is it with the windows? I know it varies a lot.
20 years.
About 20 years. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's real important to ask that. And if you don't get a good answer, you probably want to walk away from that contractor, right? Because they should be really backing their product and backing whatever they're selling to you.
And I would say, in addition to that, I think what's really important is you want to work with a contractor that has a prominent business and somewhere you can walk into, see the displays, touch and feel them. But when it comes to warranties, they have to be available. They have to answer those phones. They have to be there to take care of it.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any good to have a 20-year warranty when the company's not there anymore.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
We're talking with Ken Mariotto with Woodland Windows and Doors, and you can call them, set up a free consultation, or go by their showroom. Showroom's in Roselle, right? Is that right?
In Roselle, corner of Lake and Gary.
833-879-4776, 833-879-4776. Or I got the right number here now. 630-869-1450. 630-869-1450. Woodlandwindows.com. That's the place to go. And check it out. I really highly recommend that you do that because it makes sense. Now, when it comes to your windows, tell us about maintenance because, outside of cleaning them, making, where you can see out, and what other maintenance things should people be doing with their windows?
Well, this is a really important question. I think whether you're replacing windows or have new windows installed or you have windows that are 20 years old, no one ever thinks about maintaining a window. But there are things you should be doing. Number one, first of all, clean out all the cobwebs that you see that are getting into the track system. Get a vacuum, clean all that out. After that's all cleaned out, then you should take a dry silicone, not WD-40, but a dry silicone and spray those tracks really well because that'll free up the friction between the sash and the weather stripping.
Now, that's something that a lot of people don't know about. That can make a big difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference.
It's kind of like with your garage door. If you lube that up with the dry silicone, it can make a big difference and can make the door not only work better, but also last longer too. So what else?
And I would say that if you had new windows put in, your salesman's not going to tell you this, but this is something that you should be doing on a regular basis with new windows. You should have a can of that silicone, and every spring you should be doing what I just said. Clean out those tracks and spray silicone in those tracks. That'll keep anything from drying out, dry rotting, any of those kinds of things, and make the ease of operation really important. So double hung windows slide up and down. Casement windows crank out.
Right.
So on a casement window, you're going to want to lubricate with silicone, that hardware, okay? And that keeps it from like the friction, keeps it from binding and those kinds of things. And then if you have a patio door, now patio doors get a lot of traffic.
Yeah, they do.
And so you're walking over those all the time. Those tracks need to be vacuumed out. So you got to vacuum out the track, put silicone down there. You do that, that door will last 30 years with no problem.
Yeah, and that makes a difference because if you're going to make an investment, you're going to get something you really want. You want it to pay off. So cleaning the tracks is something that a lot of people forget about. They clean the windows, and that's it.
That's it.
But those two other things, you clean the tracks and, also do the silicone on it, that makes a big difference on the operation, too.
Oh, it does.
It makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if you want to find out anything about windows and doors, great company, been around for a long time, great values, and they can help you out. And when you have that many, when you cover all of the major brands that people love, you don't have to do as much shopping because they're all there. And you got a great showroom, and you invite people to come by and take a look at that showroom in Roselle, right? Yeah,
come over to Roselle. And I will tell you that any good company, it's the people. And I know we have great installers, but we have 55 wonderful employees. No good business is sustainable without great people. So whether you walk into the showroom and talk to our counter support team or anyone on the phones, you'll be impressed.
Yep. Woodland Windows and Doors. Call them at 630-869-1450. You do free consultations. You'll come to their house, right, if
yes,
they can't
do.
come to the showroom.
Mm-hmm.
And you work all over Chicagoland, correct?
All over Chicagoland, yes.
WoodlandWindows.com, 630-869-1450. Ken, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
AM 560, The Answer.